Hi, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Sarah. Don't be surprised that I'm whispering now. It's because of my mom. If she finds out I'm telling you something, she'll just freak out.
Sarah, who are you talking to?
Oh, it's her again. I'll be back later. Hey, it's me again. My mom told me to go to the store. Anyway, as you may have already noticed, I have a complicated relationship with my mom. The thing is, she's been... Oh, it's her calling. Just a second. Hello, Mom.
Sarah, where are you?
I just went out the door.
What's that camera next to you?
It's just a classmate. We're making a video about our town.
Why didn't you tell me about it? When you get here, show me what you filmed. What do you mean,
Yes, Mom.
And hurry up. Remember, buy milk. M-I-L-K. And look at the date so it's not expired like last time.
But I've never bought expired milk.
You could have, if I hadn't warned you 100 times. You can't do anything without me.
Phew. Well, that's the whole point of my relationship with her. I don't have a father. My mom says the bastard left us for dead right before she gave birth, and she's cut him out of our lives ever since. Sometimes I don't think he abandoned us, though. I think he ran away, and that's different. My mother has always been hyper-parental towards me. Ever since I was a little girl, I remember her following me around, wiping my hands with a napkin and my mouth if I ate ice cream. One day I just couldn't stand it and yelled at her. Mom, stop it already! Stop it!
Well, you've got ice cream on the corner of your mouth.
So what? I'm still eating. I'll wipe it off when I'm done.
I see you've become so independent. Tell me you don't need me.
What's that got to do with it? I'm just eating ice cream. Let me finish it in peace.
Then eat it and earn your own money for it, okay? If you don't need me, then I'll leave.
By the way, I was 13 years old at the time. She always started crying, calling herself a shitty mother because she raised an ungrateful daughter. When I went to school, my classmates laughed at me. First grade, my mom takes me by the hand, takes me to class, and sits me down at my desk, gets my books, and then leaves. Third grade, my mom takes me by the hand, takes me to class, and sits me down at my desk, gets my books, and then leaves. Seventh grade, my mom takes me by the hand, takes me to class, and sits me down at my desk, gets my books, and then leaves. Ninth grade, 11th grade. And it's all been the same. At first, I try to fight it, but then I realize that after that, my mom just starts patronizing and controlling me even more. She still puts sugar in my cup of tea every day, so that I would not inadvertently put more than half a teaspoon. When I first went to high school, I had a friend. Her name was Ellie. She was cool. We sat together, we talked a lot. She never called me to go out after school, 'cause if I was late for even 30 seconds, my mom would start calling me on a video call and ask where I was and what I was doing. Eventually, it became one of my complexes. I didn't tell Ellie what it was about. She was a little offended, but then she invited me to celebrate her birthday. Wow, you're inviting me? Yeah, we're friends. At least we'll hang out. The party's at my house at 5 o'clock. Don't be late. Well, I don't know if I can or not. Tomorrow's a day off. The school's out. My parents are out, so no excuses. I'll wait for you. I'll introduce you to my other friends. I went home stumped, not sure how to get out of it, because I'd never been out and I'd never gone to anyone else's house. Mom was at home and in a good mood, but as soon as she heard my question, she blushed. She got up from the couch, filled her lungs with air, and then shouted,
What? Do you want me dead? Do you think I don't know what teenagers do? Do you think I don't know about drinking and stuff? You're going to get spoiled. Who's Ellie? Why are you friends with her? Why didn't you tell me about her? Or maybe she doesn't exist at all?
My mom pelted me with questions. Damn it, Mom! When are you going to calm down? I'm 16 years old. How can you act like this? Because of you, I have no friends and I sit at home all the time. That's not what you told me about your youth.
That's how I know what's good and what's bad.
Well, she didn't let me, so I decided to run away from home. When my mom fell asleep, I left the house quietly and ran to my friend's birthday party. The party was just awesome. Music, lots of people, such a fun atmosphere. Hi! I was offered a drink of punch. I refused at first, but then I agreed to try it. As soon as I put the glass to my lips, my mom burst into the house screaming for the police. Everyone scurried around. Someone knocked the punch bowl over on the white carpet. Someone pushed the plasma TV and it shattered. Panicked people started looking for a fifth corner. Eventually, everyone scattered, leaving just Ellie in an empty but very messy house. How did I feel at that moment? I wanted to fall off the face of the earth. I looked at Ellie's face and realized that she'd regretted inviting me 100 times over. Who are you to ruin my birthday?
And who are you to spoil my daughter?
Spoil? She didn't take a single sip because you'd show up. And anyway, do you think it's okay for your daughter to stay at home and not be socialized at all? Do you even realize that she will never build her life up that way?
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of everything. And I won't ask you, youngster. Sarah, come home. We have a serious conversation to have.
We went home. Mom was screaming like never before. I didn't even know she could do that. Eventually, when she ran out of steam, I cried out a river. She asked me why I was such an ungrateful daughter, and I blurted out, as if in the same breath, because I'm sick of you controlling my every move. I'm sick of being alone, not being friends with anyone, not talking to anyone, not dating boys, even though you met my father when you were my age. You're always saying that I'm not capable of doing things by myself, but have you even once allowed me to put toothpaste on my toothbrush, pick out things for myself to wear, or do my hair? Did you even once ask me what I wanted? No! You were always telling me what's right and wrong. I'm tired of it. I'm waiting for the moment when I can go to college and get away from you, I blurted out. There was silence in the room, but it made me feel better. I felt like I should have spoken up about it a long time ago. My mother had crossed the line, and apparently she was comfortable with it. After all, it's always like this when our lives are in chaos. We take it upon ourselves to put things in order in someone else's. It wasn't my mother's fault that my father left her, but it wasn't my fault either, you know? After our last fight, my mother changed noticeably. She was more compliant, gave me more freedom, though I went out more often with Ellie myself now, and I didn't ask my mother. I just informed her. I could see my mother shaking. She was barely holding on. At one point, I even thought that she had fully realized everything, and now my life was going to get better. Little by little, it was time for the college tryouts. We were all nervous, and I especially wanted to pass it so I could get away. The committee handed out the practice tests, and we started to take them. It wasn't easy, but I was confident that I could do it. After a couple of hours, I came out of the office where my mother was standing waiting for me. I was surprised to see her, but she hastened to reassure me that she had only come to support me. Mom invited me in for lunch, and I went to pack up my locker. The test was already over, and a man came out of the office with a stack of our answers. Mom came out of the bathroom at the same time and accidentally bumped into him. She helped me gather everything up and then scolded me to look more carefully at the road. I felt bad for her again. After lunch, we went back to get my results. And guess what? You wouldn't believe it, but I had 5 correct answers out of 40 questions. It was impossible. I was sure of them. Of course, I was upset. I cried. I couldn't believe it. My mom comforted me, supported me, didn't yell, and took me home. Mom, thank you for not scolding me today. Even though I'm surprised, I'm glad.
Come on, daughter, it's okay. Even if you don't get into college, it's okay. You have your whole life ahead of you, and I will always be here for you.
She hugged me tightly, and we fell asleep on the couch in the living room. In the middle of the night, I woke up, and I wanted to go to my room, but I noticed that a piece of paper had fallen out of my mother's purse. I wanted to throw it away, but I noticed the familiar handwriting. Oh no, it can't be, I said to myself. Have you guessed yet? My mom had taken my real test and put the wrong paper in it. written not by me. Can you imagine? I started waking her up. I yelled at her, and she didn't know how to justify herself in her sleepy state.
I just can't if you leave. Stay with me while I'm alive.
Mom, can you hear yourself? This is not normal.
Well, what can I do? I love you so much, my daughter. I only want the best for you.
For who? For yourself, you mean? In general, the conversation was long, and I made my mother go to explain herself in front of the committee. They gave me a retest, and I passed with 90%. 6 months later, I was accepted to college, and I left, saying goodbye to my mom. She didn't even seem to cry, which surprised me. I breathed a sigh of relief because that's it. Now a new life awaited me. I opened my dorm room door, put my things on the bed, when a cleaning lady was finishing cleaning in the hallway.
"Hey, my daughter, it's me,"
the cleaning lady said to me. It was my mom. Tell me, did you guys like my story? Write your opinion about it in the comments below the video. Don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.